Hey, what's up guys, Dragan here, and cover up the next perk deck, being the Infiltrator, or Dragan the Infiltrator. Of course, a lot of unique trivia about Dragan is he's the first heister to not being actually recruited by another heister to the Payday gang. Like Houston got recruited by Dallas, and John Wick got recruited by Change, and Clover got recruited by Hoxton in some way. Instead, Dragan was introduced to the Payday gang as a favor to the Butcher. And of course, he's a former cop, not just any cop, a former Croatian cop. So, basically, I'm sure the heisters don't feel a little bit easy with having a former cop on their team, but he served his role pretty well. And I also like that the voice actor for Dragan was actually a former ex-robber in the 90s. Unfortunately, got caught and sent for like 5 or 10 years. But then, afterwards, he's now clean and now doing voice actor roles. So I'm basically playing my favorite heister that's been portrayed by a former ex-robber. It's pretty amazing. And we have the Infiltrator perk deck. And what does this do? So let's go over it. Overdog. When you're surrounded by 3 enemies or more, you receive 12% less damage from enemies. Your second and each consecutive melee hits within 1 second will last one. Of the last one will deal 10 times its normal damage. Basic close combat. When you're within medium range of an enemy, you receive 8% less damage from enemies. Advanced close combat. When you're within medium range of an enemy, you receive additional 8% less damage from enemies. Expert close combat. When you're within medium range of an enemy, you receive additional 8% less damage from enemies. And life drain. Striking an enemy with your melee weapon regenerates 20% of your health. This cannot occur more than once every 10 seconds. So, by the look of this perk deck, this is definitely a melee perk deck, but also a perk deck to be a little more tankiness in medium ranges. So, we'll use the skills to associate to make it more powerful. With some, I should change some of them. I'll change this to this. And of course, same as usual, I just run it with the first aid kits. Joker skills, so I can get some additional health. Underdog Ace is really helpful because you not only receive more damage, but you also reduce even less damage, which stacks. Of course, the damage does not apply with throwables, melee, grenade launcher, rocket launchers. Few armor skills. I went all the same as the skills for the oppressor subtree. Few speed skills, and a little bit for the brawler side for the melee. Now, I would go for Berserker with Frenzy, but I want to have a mixed bag between using a primary weapon and a melee weapon both, and not try to have one over the other, because it feels like it works well for both. And plus, after all, with this series, I'm using the character's signature weapon of choice. And I should fix the crew. I picked this one with the Reinforcer, so I can have the additional more health. Now for the weapons, well, Dragan calls it the Lion's Roar. I call it the VHS D2, or Product Rifle. It's essentially basically a FAMAS and a G46C had a legitimate child, even though the FAMAS is from France and the G36, HK G36 from Germany, and this is a Croatian rifle. Anyway, the attachments are following. I have is the precision barrel, the competitor's compensator, an accuracy boost, auto fire, the LED combo, and the speculator sight. As for my secondary, I'll just use it for backup to deal with the more annoying pests, being the shields and shred some armor, will be the M320 GLM. On our HK weaponry, of course, I have the team boost, LED combo, and a speculator sight. And I have a yellow-red dot to indicate the ammunition I'm firing. Where I have the other one with the incendiary rounds, my red dot sight will be a red dot. I have the concussion grenade in his, well, I picked his signature melee choice, being the Dragon's cleaver knife, which probably doesn't work well for his perk deck. I'm pretty sure other melee weapons work way better than this, but the whole point of the video I'm working on is using the characters, including with the character pack you're purchasing with it, comes with the melee itself. And here's the other cleaver, which is from the Hotline Miami heist, and this one looks so shiny and like so wet. And it looks like written in Japanese. So I don't see any difference between these two cleaver knives. But anyway, I picked first aid kits, and of course picked length jacket, as I want to be a little bit more tanky in close quarters and medium range anyway. Well, that's the build. Let's get right into the action. On Big Oil.
You will give them one. Find the safe and the address. Get as much intel from these scumbags as you can. Let's roll.
I know I've been playing a lot of the Death Wish difficulty with these perk deck videos, but it's also mainly because not a lot of these perk decks are good for on the highest difficulty. So I'll try to get close as I can for the intel, but there's really no point since I'm not really staying here. I'm just doing it for day one.
Don't let him destroy any intel. Get it all.
Alright, let's see. Okay, no one there. And plus, I'm not really planning to stealth this. Oh, come on, really? I really want to go out. Oh, that works.
Seems to be the keys to an airplane. Great, you got some. Let's shoot this later.
And you can see I've been took less damage because thanks to the range I've been in, I take less damage. So the Infiltrator perk deck. So essentially you do get health regen, and probably the best thing about it is the consecutive more time you're able to hit your target inconsistently consistent multiple times. But of course, the problem I have with this perk deck in terms of the melee of choice. I mean, I do get why they want a perk deck associated with a melee. After all, they probably want to get more people's, well, to give more melee some love. But it doesn't really help that there's actually a few other ones that are just better out of all the class of the bunch. I mean, I mentioned this before, but like the kunai knife, the electrical melee weapons, the katana, the ice pick, just does everything better than the other melee weapons that this doesn't cut it. I mean, now the only other purpose with these other melee weapons are just there for either, you know, for a practical build or for, I guess, comedy style build. Like this cleaver knife, for example, like, it's not the best melee weapon, but I'm showing it to you guys about it because, well, it's part of the character pack themselves, and that's what I'm trying to use it for. But I do promise you, for the next perk deck, I will do a DSOD on it, as I find the next perk deck can be a bit viable for it. Okay, if I see the dozer come, I really want him to chomp him up. Except where is he? Oh, that's a green dozer. Okay, not even me with this perk deck is gonna go after a green dozer. After all, I mean, there's probably many times that people get buckshotted by this dozer. Okay, never mind. Literally killed 3 of them. Well, no, I mean 3 hits. Well, granted, I'd been saving up all that damage with the Blood first basic. So the more kills I got with an assault rifle, the stronger my next melee hit will be. As for the assault rifle itself, it's really good. Although I think the F2000 is definitely better since in every other way, because it's really the same stats except the F2000 has the same rate of fire and has extended mags and fast mags or speed pull mags. I mean, it's good for, you know, circling around, playing Ring Around the Rosie with the dozer and just stabbing him in the back, slicing through his armor, and somehow he dies to it. I mean, it's kind of funny if you think about it, that the dozer can survive so much of explosive and so much of bullets to the face, but with one of the perk deck, the Infiltrator and Sociopath, all it takes is a couple slices and he's down. I guess the armor, the dozer aren't made for blade proof. Oh god, I'm trapped. Holy shit. I wanna get trapped between 2 minigun dozers in the bathroom. And make sure I don't go down dropping the soap. And thank god they're leaving.
Yeah, sniper guy.
Of course, my cooldown was... of course, I can't get the extra health regen. And I forgot to get Jokers again because... oh, man. I always forget about getting Joker skills. I don't know why. Like, I have the skills, I just don't go for it. Sometimes I don't even run it as much. I mean, it gives you a lot of health back. I don't like the fact the cooldown is so long for it, though. I would think at least 10 seconds would be a lot more durable. But it's also one of those fun perk decks. But another part of me also think this perk deck is a little bit inferior to the Sociopath, which I'll explain why on the next video on the Sociopath when I cover it up and show you the comparison between Infiltrator and Sociopath. And I really wish this weapon has at least speed pull mags. After all, these use the same as the same G46 magazines and the G46K, or what I like to call it, the G46. Wait, there's one more safe. Where is it? Oh, you're joking me? Oh, you're kidding me. Well, luckily I could only have to drill it outside or repair it inside. Like to drill outside and be inside. Well, that sucks. Man, I was about to ready to go too.
I got it. Look out, stay. Kill the taser.
Come on, I have good accuracy with this gun.
Someone got a ready bag.
These guys are going down like the dog.
Go, go. Okay. First aid kit here. Hostile medic car. Just a minute. Moving. Magazine back. Got the sniper.
Man, how hard is it to get a Joker? Okay, my god. Oh my god, I'm trying to throw like if I was playing Stoic. Before I forget, there we go. Finally got myself a Joker.
Do you hear that noise? The drill's jammed. Somebody needs to fix it. Drop it. The police are pulling back.
There, now I got a little bit more health back. And regenerate.
Shield out. Put him up. Police medic in the house.
Oh my, I really don't like the accuracy in this game. The way they did with the weapon, it's so dumb.
Watch yourself.
I think almost any assault rifle should be that accurate.
Sniper dead.
And wait, does it work on the Jokers? Okay, no, I think they patched that. Where you can be able to smack a Joker and you get your health back with the Infiltrator. Oh, LMG dozer and the green dozer. Oh, I really killed the wrong dude. God damn it. I really want to smack that green dozer with a cleaver.
Medic is down. Japanese sniper, everybody. These shields are ready.
Oh my god. Wait, do I not have the resilience ace? I didn't have enough skill points for it.
I got it. It's a cloaker. One less cloaker.
So, not really much to talk about the Infiltrator at this point. If I had to change for one thing, I mean, is it good for, DSOD? Not really quite. Although, I do say it's definitely another one of those fun perk decks. Just not viable on the highest difficulty. But I do feel like the other perk deck, the Sociopath, is a bit better for higher difficulty. And I'll probably, and like I said before, I'll explain why. And where did that shield go?
It's a shield. The shield's dead.
Actually, as I think about it, this would be a cool map variation for Cook-Off. Like, could you imagine you had to get ingredients out of these sheds? Where you had to open a garage and with a saw and get the supplies like that, just like Border Crossing, or no, Border Crystal. After all, this is the exact same house style as the Cook-Off.
That ought to teach up some manners. Now, don't lose your advantage, guys.
I'm not sure how much longer left. And there's a stupid sniper.
Kill the sniper.
And it's finished.
Yeah, that's the inventor's address. Beautiful.
Oh,
Go get out.
Good luck, everybody.
it wasn't too bad. Only got down by a minigun dozer. But, yep, another of those perk deck that is fun, but not good for the highest difficulty.
Let's settle up and go there.
Overall, really nice perk deck. But, yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Until next time, we're gonna cover up at least more superior to the Infiltrator. But I had to say one thing. If I want to see a buff to Infiltrator as opposed, and to make at least rival to Sociopath, I would love it to increase its health. Probably the similar health value as Gambler and Grinder. After all, you get a big health back too. If you're increasing the health, they should get more health back as well. If you have a 20-second cooldown, it should at least be 40% more health. Or make it at least 10, or keep the same 20% more health back with a strike, but make it a 10-second cooldown. I just like to see a buff, a little bit more buff, and rival with the Sociopath. But yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, when I cover up the Sociopath. Till then, farewell, and have a wonderful day, everyone.